What are we willing to do for our families? If you found the possibility of a profitable but very dangerous job, would you accept this offer? This is probably what the protagonist of this story asked himself. Born poor and with few job opportunities. Being born under this condition in Nepal almost always means one thing: becoming a Sherpa, that is, a mountain guide. This is a story about a climber whose feats are among the greatest in the history of the sport. Cheering Dory Sherpa is a mountain guide whose resume includes 16th summit of Mount Everest. But the star of this story is a modest and friendly man, whose proudest accomplishment by far is that he has led nearly 50 excursions to the world's most forbidding peaks, without losing a client. That day that he reached the top of K2, only 18 people climbed it that day, making the day a total of 11, if possible, even more shocking. K2 is the second highest peak on Earth, but it's more technically, tricky and terrifying than Everest. A Schengen K2 is a serious calling card for anyone seeking climbing fame, a sponsorship, or a top career in high-altitude work. More than 4,000 people have gone up and down Everest, but only 300 have survived on K2. For Cheering Dory, who runs a Himalayan guiding business, adding K2 to his own resume could help him attract discerning clients. He knew it was a risky, but he trusted his own climbing abilities. His wife was not in favor of the K2 ascent. There were tears before his departure. Cheering was invited to join the American climbing team. For once, he was not to be a paid guide, helping and projecting others in their dream to reach peaks. Even before Onion summited, K2 was talking at all. The advanced climbers, those who were tasked with stamping a path through the climbing route and fixing high ropes, were late to their work. Getting to the peak of K2 near or after 6 p.m., as the climbers were now committing to do, meant descending in total darkness. A Serbian climber was first to die. He was killed in a fall on the way up. A group decided to attempt to lower his body to camp 4. A Pakistan climber fell to his death during that process. Most of Cheering's team, assessing the situation, chose not to attend the peak. Cheering asked permission to summit. He needed the addition to his climbing curriculum. He had a business to run, a wife and 2 daughters waiting at home. He will also be climbing without using supplemental oxygen. The bottleneck is by far the deadliest stretch of climbing on K2, sitting well into the dead zone at about 8,200 meters and pitched at 60 degrees. The terrifying traverse is complicated by lying directly below a field of collapsing seracs. It's the last difficult stretch of the K2 climb. After, everything gets easier. The last bastion, the hell of the mountain. You can only see it when you arrive on the shoulder of K2, after a steep but regular climb of 2,500 meters. As if K2 says, "Now let's see what you do, climber." Cheering safely gets to the peak of K2 at around 6 p.m. on the 1st August 2008. Beneath him, another young climber who has already summited is killed on the descent. He dies in an ice fall. Although Cheering doesn't know it, this small avalanche also wipes out all the fixed ropes across the bottleneck. In the now complete darkness and the freezing cold, the death toll begins to mount quickly. A French climber dies in a fall above the bottleneck. A Pakistan climber is hit and killed by another ice fall. An Irish climber and 3 Koreans are also all killed. Two Nepalese climbers, cousins, one of whom was ascending to help rescue the Irish and Korean climbers, also died. Through this darkness and chaos, cheering door Sherpa wakes from a nightmare. Exhausted from the altitude, exertion and cold, he has nodded off for an hour. It's 10 p.m. and he can see no one above or below him. He shouts the name of the two who were closest to him before he fell asleep. Charing looks around some more, and there is no more fixed rope. The avalanche must have taken away that. He remembers his wife was crying while he was packing his bag to come on this trip. He pictures his two daughters. He sees the rest of his family. He remembers thinking that his wife is right. K2 is too dangerous. Maybe I am not going to get back to see my family, he thinks. Charing stands up again and starts work, and now he has clarity. It dawns on him that if he has good luck, he sees his family again. If he has bad luck, it will be easy to die here. At that moment, he slipped 50 meters below the point where he lost his footing. He comes to a gradual halt, so he looks around in the dark again from his new position. He starts struggling along again, and he comes across a rope, which he clips on top and keeps going. The rope brings him to the edge of the bottleneck, and then it stops dead. He looks down along the rope and now he can see two lights. Pemba and Pasang are there. He shouts to them, asks them to loosen the rope and descend to where they are. The three of them compare notice. They are alive, but they have no rope. With a 400 meters rescue rope they could belay across the bottleneck, they won't have a chance. Pemba begins to descend by himself, promising to seek help. Charing and Pasang are now left together on the edge of the bottleneck. Charing saying to Pasang, "It's dangerous, but let's go down." Pasang tells him he doesn't have an ice axe. He gave his to another climber. Pasang is stuck. Without a miracle, he will die exactly where he is, on the edge of the bottleneck. Charing does not hesitate. He shows rope Pasang to his own safety harness and says let's go down together. He proposes to chip his way along and belay them both with one ice axe. Pasang says it is too dangerous. If he sleeps, it will be the end of them both. Charing convinces Pasang, if we are lucky, we will both see our families again. If we are bad luck, we die together. They set off across the ice wall, but they sleep. There is nothing else they can do. Charing thinks they are finished. His ice axe point has stuck in a tiny crack in the ice, so they are hanging together on the ice wall. Charing begs Pasang to chip his feet on the ice and make himself a sure step to stand on. Once Pasang has done that, Charing kicks with his boots and makes 2 good points for his own feet. Once he has done that, and they are sure in a sure place, he digs out his ice axe. He swings and chips into another spot a bit further over, and they repeat the process. Charing's actions that night are beyond rare. They are also decorated with the Tenzing Norgay Award. Their official description of his action were one of the most daring rescues in climbing history.